Are you trying to get your churning to look like this? Well, you're in luck, because if your churning feels sloppy, inconsistent, or just slow, then this video will fix that. And that's because today I'm showing 3 things that completely changed my churning, plus 3 drills that you can start using today, which will drastically improve your solves. And if you think that this video sounds too good to be true, then I have a challenge for you. Watch the full video and practice what I show you for 10 minutes a day, for 10 to 30 days, and you can see the improvements in your times. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. The first tip, and easily one of the most underrated, is to record your solves. A lot of cubers miss this because it's not something you naturally think about, but honestly it's one of the most important habits you can build. Because if you record your solves and play them back, you can actually see what's holding you back, whether it's unnecessary regrips, pauses, or inefficient finger tricks. Personally, recording my solves was a game changer for my TPS because it led me to actually see my mistakes. For example, during my third or fourth competition, I got a really good scramble. So good that I managed to finish OLO in 8 seconds. 8 seconds! Keep in mind that I was still averaging 20 to 25 seconds at that time. Then for PLL, I got an H-perm, and it was terrible. I locked up so badly that my cube actually popped, and I had to fix it on the spot, or I would risk a DNF. Unfortunately, I ended up with a high 20 solve, all because I never fixed mistakes that I didn't even know I was making. So that same day, I rewatched the solve, where I got the pop, and I noticed how I did my H-perms like this, and coincidentally, there was a cuber right next to me who averaged around 10 to 12 seconds, and he did his H-perms like this. Then I noticed that our finger tricks were completely different, and the only reason why I couldn't do an H-perm properly was because finger tricks. And I would have never knew that had I not recorded myself and watched it back. So then I learned the proper finger tricks for the H-perm, which was, and now there's probably one of my favorite PLLs out there and probably one of my fastest. So all I'm trying to say is that watching back your solves can dramatically improve your TPS because you'll notice mistakes and habits you completely miss in the moment, and fixing them makes all the difference. The second tip is look ahead, and that means to keep an eye on your next pieces while you solve your current one. Look ahead can literally make or break a CFOP solve, so it's crucial to practice. I'm going to show you guys an example of how it looks in action, and then I'll give you a simple drill you can use to improve your look ahead. So, oh wait, by the way, people usually use look ahead for F2L, and it's because F2L is the most time-consuming step in a CFOP solve, so look ahead allows you to turn your fastest during the time it matters the most. So currently our cross is solved, so that's why I'm going to just be doing F2L for you guys, and our F2L pieces are just here, like, you know what I mean? So now let's do F2L. I'm going to start with the red-green pair, and I'm going to turn at like 3 to 5 TPS for you guys to follow along. So that was my F2L, and I think like hopefully it looked pretty smooth. I would say it wasn't the best, but now as for the drill, so this is what I did to improve my look ahead, and it's called a slow solve. And first of all, it's important to know if you're eligible for look ahead, and what that basically means is that you have all your pairs in your muscle memory, meaning that if you look at this pair, the red-green pair, you know that immediately you can solve it with RU, R2 prime, U prime, R, like so. You're probably not turning that fast, that's fine. But if you know that, then you're eligible for look ahead, because if all your pairs are in muscle memory, then you know that then you're able to solve your pairs blindfolded, which means that if you just look at them, you can close your eyes and solve the pair. So instead of just doing that, and just like, instead of solving your current pair and looking at the pair you're solving while you're solving it, it's important to look at other corners, other edges, and other pairs. So in this case, I'm going to be looking at the blue-red pair. So now let's do it. I'm gonna try really slowly so I can really see what it's gonna end up like. And because I've all my cases in my muscle memory, I know that like after I finish the red green pair, I can see that case and go straight into it because it's in my muscle memory. So this is why it's important to practice look ahead by doing slow solves, because you can really see how each pair moves, and then it can also help you predict what the next pair is going to look like and go straight into it. So then after you're comfortable at a stage, like say I was turning at 2 TPS for a slow solve, and I get really good at that, then I can move up higher, higher, and higher, and eventually you should be able to do look ahead at 90% or even 100% TPS, because that way you can like turn really fast during an actual solve. Tip number 3 is cross plus 1, or predicting your first pair and your cross in inspection. So instead of finishing your cross and then hunting for the first pair, it's important to try to plan your first pair in inspection, because this will save valuable time and makes your solves much smoother. This is one of the main reasons why a good cross plus one is really beneficial for fast TPS, because most cubers struggle to transition between the cross and your first pair. So if you're able to do that in one fluid motion, it makes it easier for you to look ahead and finish your whole F2L without stopping. So to better understand how it works, I'll show you guys an example so you can see how I do it, and then I'll give you guys a simple drill to practice this habit until it becomes hopefully automatic. So I'll leave the scramble up here for you guys to follow along, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to do the scramble, and I'm just going to predict my cross and my first pair, and I'll talk you guys through how I predict my first pair and the steps I do in inspection. So yeah. So what I first do is I first choose a pair to predict, or what I'm going to predict. In this case, I'm probably going to do the blue-red because it's the first pair that came to mind. So now I'm going to pick a side which I want to solve my cross on, and I'm just going to do blue because it's convenient. And now I'm just going to focus on my cross only. So I'm just going to do the cross. So what I'm thinking here is, because all of our cross edges are here, 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 and here. So I'm thinking is that I can just insert green over here by doing L2. So now the white part of the green edge is over here, and the green part of the green edge is over here. Then I can do U prime and D at the same time, so this will move the blue's edge back here. So now the blue part of the blue edge is over here, the white part of the blue edge is over here. Now orange moves to here, and green is moved to here. So they're just shifted. Then after that, I can insert red into this slot by doing B. So what that does is it moves red over here, and now it moves blue over here. So now red is inserted into like green slot, and blue is moved to here. So the blue part of the blue edge is over here, and the red part and the white part of the blue edge is over here. And after that, because orange is over here, after I insert blue into red slot by doing R, orange's edge is moved up to here. So now the orange part of the orange edge is over here, and the white part of the orange edge is over here, and blue is inserted to this slot, red's inserted to this slot, and green is over here. And after I insert orange with F, orange is moved to here, insert into blue slot, and then green is moved up. So the green part of the green edge is over here, and the white part of the green edge is over here. Then after I insert green with L, the whole cross is pretty much solved, and it's just one D prime away from being solved. So after I do D prime, the cross is solved. I know that was a lot, so hopefully you guys understood what I was saying, and if you don't, you guys can just pause the video and try to figure out by replaying what I said. Hopefully everything makes sense. So now, let's see how the blue-red pair changes as I do my cross. So what I'm trying to say is like how my cross moves impact the pair. Firstly, I'm doing L2. So L2 has effect on the pair because it's on this face. So after I do L2, green's edge is moved to here, but the corner of the pair is moved to this side. So now the red part of the corner is facing us, and the blue part of the corner is looking this way. After that, sorry, the edge, sorry, I meant the edge. Then the corner is moved up here. So now the white part of the corner is facing this way. The red part of the corner is looking up, and the blue part of the corner is looking here. Then after that, I do D, which has no effect on the pair because none of the pair is on that face. But I do U prime. U prime has effect on the pair because the corners appear, so is the edge, so it does have effect on the pair. So after I do U prime, yeah, the corner moves from here to here. So now we have the white part of the corner over here, the red part of the corner over here, and the blue part of the corner over here. Then after that, all the other moves have no effect on the pair except for the F that inserts orange into its own slot and moves green up here. This will move the pair, this will shift the pair from here to here. So we would end up with something like with this pair. This is the pair that we end up with over here. So now let's see if I was correct, and let's see how the moves impact the cross. So first we're doing L2, then we do D, U prime at the same time, so now we get this pair. And then after that, once we do B prime, which moves red into this slot, and then we do R, F. Now the pair looks like this, so I was correct. Sorry, from this side, close enough. Then we do L. Now our cross is solved, and now we can just go straight into the pair. So this is exactly how I improve my cross plus one. All I would do is I would just talk it out loud, and I would see how my cross moves impact the pair. This is a drill which you can do, and I think it really helps because it shows that you're actively understanding how like your pair moves, and I think it's really helpful. So that's about it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed and found this video informative, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.